Well, what is going on, you guys? As you can see, well, we're back at the hospital, and we have been for going on about 5 days now. Little man caught the OG COVID. I guess there's like a coronavirus. Obviously, coronavirus it's a type of cold. It's been around for a long time, so he caught one of the older ones. It's pretty common in pediatrics. Long story short, we brought him in Friday night because he was periodically, he would stop breathing, and then his stats would drop and all that jazz. And we bring him in. Well, Friday night, oh no, that one doesn't work. Friday night, he did good. Like, he didn't really have any issues, a couple little hiccups here and there. Saturday, they held us, or not held us, but they're like, oh, let's keep him most of the day. He did fine. He did great. There was no issues. So fast forward, we were discharged at 3 p.m. on Saturday. We were going down the elevators. One of the techs was walking us out, and he decided to stop breathing and turn blue. So we ended up going back over to the emergency room, where then took us right back up to the peds unit. Long story short, again, they put him on low flow oxygen, then they moved him to high flow oxygen, went into the PICU, which is where he's at now in the pediatric intensive care. And then Sunday morning early, they put him on, they intubated him, so he's on a vent. He's not doing great. He's doing better. Yesterday was really rough. He dropped his heart rate and his oxygen, his stats, his oxygen saturation really low. He was basically almost coded multiple times. They were able to just bag him and get him back. No compressions needed. And yeah, so he is currently, they've done blood work, they've done urine cultures. Besides the COVID, we haven't seen anything that indicates why he's so sick. It's not normal that a baby, even though he is only like 2 weeks old, adjusted because he was so preemie, he's only 2 weeks past his due date. They normally wouldn't see them be this sick with this type of COVID. So they're thinking there could be something else causing it, but it could just be he's just really, he basically got this, it's a respiratory virus, and it just hit him really hard. So that's also, a big possibility. But he got a central line placed today finally. They're really hard to get lines into him. He had two IVs in, and then now they've got a central line going into his neck, which is held in with 3 stitches, and it's an actual tube that goes into one of his blood vessels, arteries or whatever. Not an artery, it's a vessel. And that way they can give fluids and medicine and all that, but they can also draw blood from it. So he got that. That makes him feel better. They have better access. He's going in for a CT scan in the morning, and hopefully everything goes well with that. And it's literally, he's just really sick with his COVID. That would be the best option. We don't want to find anything else, but if there is something else, then we want to address it. So anyway, we're going trucking though. We're going to Homer tonight. I've been off today. I went to Soldotna yesterday, and he was doing really bad, and so I didn't want to leave this morning because he was just up and down. So, but he's doing better tonight. I'm gonna run to Homer. We're gonna go swap out an empty trailer with a loaded one with some fish. Let's go see what we get into. Well, boys and girls, she's all hooked up, pre-tripped, ready to go. I need to go wiggle that 7-way. I think I need to just replace the entire 7-way on my truck. It's kind of been giving me some fits. Let's see. I might have to, sometimes if you pull them out and then you give it a twist to kind of put some, you know, a little bit of tension one way or the other. I almost did it. Huh. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. I had tail lights, but the top markers and the rear markers on the sides were acting kind of funny. But now we got them. I think that marker's just out because the rest of them are all bright. But we got tail lights. Tires all look good. Truck's purring. It's not too bad out. It's like 31 degrees. It's crazy. They're getting hit way harder down in the lower 48 than they are up here. I mean, I seen videos where, oh, yep, and this is why you do a walk around, boys and girls. Check that out. Look at that. This is not locked in up top. So we're gonna make sure. Now you see it's latched in. Always double check that because, well, you don't want your doors coming open while you're cruising down the road, you know? Anyway, yeah, it's crazy how the lower 48, I mean, Alabama, New Orleans, Mississippi, Florida, they're all getting snow and like super cold. And we're like, you know, 32 degrees, kind of trying to snow something. Anyway, let's roll south. Let's go check out the highway, see how it is. All right, so everybody always asks me what the paint on the tires or the yellow stripes are for. I'm going to show you right here. See how you can see the yellow tab rolling? That's how you know. That's how you know your brakes aren't froze up, and you know your tires are moving. See on that side too? Yep. So that's how I know I don't have any frozen brakes, and I can see that I'm good to go. And yeah, if they're frozen, you go back there, beat on them with a hammer, they pop free. So that's why we in the north either paint the tires or put tabs on them, because we want to be able to see if they're hanging up or not. Yes sir, yes sir. Oh, lugged her a little there, but that's all right. All right, let's hit the road. I don't know how well it's gonna transfer through to the phone, but it's raining and it is windy. We've got a little bit of snow, kind of some wintry mix coming down. It's kind of hard to see. 36 degrees. Yeah, we'll see how it. What I hear, it's just kind of snowing and slushy up over the pass, but we'll see. It's definitely blowing down here in the arm, but nothing we can't handle. Just a little old rain, little old wind. So anyway, little update. We're about 20 miles out of town. I'll give you guys a better update once we're up in the thick of it. Alright, quick little update. We're past Girdwood, about probably 15 miles from the bottom of the pass. Supposedly there's a truck burned out on the pass. I don't know. I'm going to wait and see if somebody else is northbound that can confirm that information. I'm guessing it's somebody pulling doubles if they are burned out. But we're going to get a little more info, but more than likely we're going to make a run for it, because you know, the barefoot banditos, and so we're gonna make a run for it. But we'll see. We'll see. I am empty, which on one hand it helps because I can get more momentum up the hill, but on the other hand it doesn't help because I have no traction. Yeah, decisions. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna let the footage roll because we're about to hit the bottom of turn again. Sounds like there was 2 trucks burned out, 1 chained up, he's moving now. Both of them had sets on. We're only pulling a single, but like I said, we're empty, so we're gonna see.
Jeff, did you make it past the other truck?
Right on, right on. I just got a single on, so it should go close right up.
Well, that might work unless I spin out next to this other truck that I'm coming up on right now, so. But that's up to you. You run it. Everybody with a single thinks they can do whatever they can.
I'll pull over down here and wait till you guys clear it. Y'all, I cannot see much anything, but gotta stay in it because I don't know how slick it is underneath. You know, it's, yeah, see, we're spinning a little bit. Probably wouldn't have hurt to throw a set of singles at the bottom, but we'll see if we can do it or not. Your adrenaline going. And we ain't done yet. Try to get some momentum going here. Hopefully this car doesn't screw us up. Pick up the pace. Oh, I think it's leveling out right here. Woo! Yeah, I made it to the top, but let anybody know it's coming up. I had a single on and, you know, basically empty, and I was spinning all over, so it might not hurt to throw a set. It's pretty thick up here. That's some driving, y'all. We like that. We like that. I'm gonna slow down a little, let this guy get ahead. I'll let him break trail if he wants to. A lot of times cars they'll pull over and then they want to tuck in behind you, which is fine. I don't mind breaking trail either, but if he's he's gonna do it, let him do it. Woo! And that was full lockers. Full lockers hit the bottom. Well, I mean, it was while it was still pavement down there. I was getting with it, 55, 60, and just lifting up. You know, just pedaling it all the way up. Sometimes that's what you got to do to maintain that barefoot bandit status. Woo! All right, y'all. Well, my nerves have settled a little, and yeah, I don't really get too like worked up. It's just a little bit like, it's not a big deal. Like if you burn out, okay, like that stuff, you're not gonna slide backwards in that type of snow. This type of snow, it's really slushy. It's just when you spin on it, it turns it into like a little pancake of ice. So I wasn't worried about like spinning out
leave your chains on there, Jeff.
and going backwards. I was more or less worried, you know, I just wasn't gonna make it. I was gonna have to get out and chain up, which, like I said, ain't that big a deal. But and there was all them other guys stacked up in there, so it definitely adds a little element of fun to it. But hey, we made it. All my lights are caked up with snow. I can tell because that's all my big lights on, and that's how bright it is. It's just not very bright. So I'll probably pull over and clean those off here in a minute. But I think the snow is probably gonna die down here in a minute. So I'll wait and do that then. But we made the first big one. We got one more hill there at Hope, but like I say, it's 33 degrees. It's lessening up. I anticipate it's gonna slow down some, but we're gonna keep rolling with it, seeing how it goes. All right, I just have to get out here and clean my lights off. I can't see nothing. Yep, that'll do it. Oh yeah, look at this thing is caked on. Holy cow. All right. Yeah, the road is, woo. All right, let's get moving before we get hit. It sure is snowing though. Oh man. Hey, dude's got wet.
I'm dropping the advance will pick up the field with the one.
That's awfully kind of mesmerizing. Ah, this is a little better. A little better. Well, I'm trying to get y'all set up right here. Of course, it ain't gonna be 5 minutes. My lights are gonna be covered up again, but yeah, that one up top, you can't even tell hardly when I turn it on because it's so covered up. I need to buy them lights with the heaters in them and melt it, but it's coming down so thick right now, and so thick in that perfect moisture level where it's just sticking to everything. So I don't even know, even if I had heaters, it still might, you know, just pile up on there. But hey, that's trucking. That's trucking. That's why we do it. I mean, I don't really do it for that, but you know, sounds cool. Makes everybody think, you know, you're cool. Anyway, well, I'll check back in a little bit, y'all. Let you know how it goes. Man, I don't know what y'all can see in that video, but it is difficult to see much anything right now. I gotta pull over and clean my lights off again because yeah, I can't see nothing. Thankfully, I came up on this guy ahead of me, and he's kind of leading the way because it's now raining and snowing. So, and then my lights are just so covered up. I'm gonna pull over here to this parking area. check this out. It's crazy how such a small amount of snow can have such a huge impact on your ability. Like, look at that light right there. That's on. And it's like barely lighting up anything. So we're gonna clean that off. Look at this one. Clean that off. Look at that. All right, maybe, just maybe now, we can actually go get something done and see. Well, we made it to Soldotna. Rolling through town here. It's 39 degrees and like the roads are wet right here, but they were dry north of town up in like Sterling. Quite an extreme difference as far as precipitation goes, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. We got, I don't know, around an hour 15 if the roads hold up like this. We can drop the hammer, you know. And by drop the hammer, I mean, you know, do the speed limit safely. But this time of night, it's 9 p.m. So this time of night, it's 10 after 9 actually. Not a whole lot of traffic out and about. So we shouldn't have to deal with getting stuck behind a bunch of slow people, because it's a 2-lane all the way down and there's no passing lanes. There's some slow vehicle pullouts that people sometimes use, but more often than not, you have to pass when you can if it's safe to do so. So in the summer, when there's so many people on the road, it's just almost not even worth passing them, because it's like you're just gonna get stuck behind another one, you know. But roads in good shape, temps are warm, so we're gonna roll, and we'll see how long it takes us to get there. Made it to the Nilchik. Swung in here to the last gas station that's open right now. Everybody closes up kind of early. I got enough fuel to get down to Homer and back up, no problem. At least I might swing into Sterling and top off, but should be good, I think. Double check these hubs, make sure they're not too... Oh yeah, this thing cool. When you're empty, you don't burn a lot of fuel, but you can't slack on checking up on everything, because there's no guarantee that you ain't gonna still have issues. So alright, let's get rolling again, y'all. It's almost a little creepy coming out here at night. I don't know if anybody's even out here. Like, it's in the summer, you got the hotel, I guess they're open in the winter. Alright, there's people out here, but it's a little spooky because you're way out in the middle of the ocean, you know. And then yeah, it's kind of a ghost town. That's my light on top, by the way. There's a little fog, you can see it shine through. We don't need that bright a light. But we made it down here to Homer. We're rolling out on the spit now. And yeah, we're gonna get over there and grab this trailer up. I guess it's all ready to go. Paperwork's on the back door. I like it. I think I like it. We'll see. It is 10:38, so it took me, what time do I say? 10 after 9. We're rolling through Soldotna. So it took us an hour and 28 minutes. Yeah, right, an hour and a half. was hoping for an hour 15, but I hit a little bit of frosty roads there from about Nanilchik, really until South Anchor Point, and maybe even a little bit north of Nanilchik too. I had to do, you know, 45, 50, 55 on the straight stretches, but it was a little frosty and you just had to watch the corner, especially being empty. It's not good, so slowed us down a little, but it's all right. Hour and a half ain't bad to get all the way out to the spit, you know. It takes you 10 minutes just to get from the top of Baycrest out here, so. Anyway, let's go grab this trailer, y'all. Well, we made it. So it's kind of funny. I totally forgot that there is like houses and condos out here on the end of the spit. I knew it, and then it was kind of interesting. I've never come down here really at night. Like, we always come to Homer in the summer, and like when I lived down here for a little bit, we never came down to the spit at night, like when it was dark. But it's actually interesting to see all the like the shops and the different, you know, halibut charters and all these guys that have like houses, like, you know, living quarters above their offices, because you can see the lights on and stuff. You know, it's only 10:45, but it's so, I don't know, it's different. You know, I feel like if I didn't have a family, it'd be cool to try to, like, you know, work on a boat for a little while. Just it's such a different vibe. Like, you just get a different vibe from being down like on the water with the boats, like the ocean. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but we'll walk over and check it out here in a minute. I'm gonna get this unhooked. We're gonna hook up to that one. It's ready to go. And yeah, head north. All right, y'all, we're gonna walk over here and check out the water. I'll show you where they load the totes at. It's a little creepy out here, I tell you what though. But it's like you feel like you're walking onto a movie set, you know? That sign just blew in the wind, scared me. So this is where they stand and run the crane. And that's where they get up and down off the boat. Normally the boat pulls up along here and they use these cranes to scoop stuff off of them. And you can see all the boats out there. It's super peaceful. But like I said, it is also extraordinarily creepy. So, even though there's lots of light, it just feels like you're on a movie set and like just something's fixing to happen. But that's why we stay strapped, you know, always, because we don't want to find something funky. But I think the last place, I don't know, Homer is like, it's like a weird little town, you know, because there's lots of like hippies and stuff that live here. There's also like some hardcore fishermen, and there's a lot of people you wouldn't want to mess with. But I don't know, I don't follow it that close. But when we lived here, it's kind of like Valdez. It's a little bigger than Valdez, I think, as far as population. I mean, it's smaller. In summer, it's probably bigger for sure. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. It might be around the same. I think they're both around like 3,000 people. But Homer might have like 6. I think Homer's a little bigger. Either way, what I'm saying is there's not a lot of crime. You know, you just don't hear about anybody's stuff going missing. You know, nothing like that. It just doesn't happen. So, also, whenever you get into your truck, I don't know about y'all, but I always check my sleeper, especially if it was parked somewhere. You just never know. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, but you also just never know. Anyway, that's the dock. It is 10:54. Brakes are released. I'm gonna roll back even though it's 41 degrees. Make sure nothing's locked up. It's not. You can see I got brake lights in the reflection back there. Let's go trucking, and let's point old girl in the wind. Head north. Should be a little better going back. I've got 50 psi on my squish gauge, which is the gauge that measures how much pressure is in your airbags. So at 50 psi, that means I probably have like, I don't know, 30,000, 32,000 on my drives, which is pretty good drive weight. You know, it's not spectacular, but pretty good. Looks like everything's rolling. Should be good to go. Let's get out of here. Well, y'all, not a whole lot to report. It's been about the same as it was coming down. A little frosty in places, dry in places. We're almost back to Soldotna, I think. I don't know, probably about 20 miles out. Yeah, not too bad. Also, I wanted to say, I am currently like 66 subscribers away from hitting 10,000 on YouTube. And that is just wild to me. I really appreciate all you guys that hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate the comments, you know, the insight. I appreciate you guys just watching, coming back, you know. And yeah, let's just keep doing this thing. You know, I'm gonna keep recording what I'm doing and try to make it interesting for y'all and show you a little bit of what goes on up here, you know. So yeah, thanks for 9,934, and well, I'll let you know when we hit 10,000. Alrighty, well, let's see how this hill is. This one's a little bit of a, you know, a tricky one because you're coming off of a stop sign that, yes, I'm going to roll through for traction's sake, so I have to start from a stop, and then we got to head up this hill. I think we'll be good. I didn't even throw all my lockers. I just got my inner axle in. It's 34 degrees, and that's the problem when you have stuff like this is, if this was, you know, 15 degree snow, it wouldn't even be a problem at all. But when you're dealing with 34 degree snow, it likes to compact and turn into, you know, ice. Looked like somebody almost ran off the road there. They did run off and came back on. But so far so good. This is not bad at all. I haven't even slipped a wheel. We just turned left the Y, so now we're headed north towards Anchorage. The Y is where the unless it's water on ice, most of the time, you know, you're good as long as you just take your time. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out for sure. Alright, well, I'll probably see y'all at the other end of the pass going down. Well, let's see what we got going on up here. That berm in the middle of the road, y'all, is about a foot tall, maybe more. Also, I don't want to blast past these guys, but I also don't want to get hung up on this hill, you know. Ain't bad. I mean, I'd come all the way across the pass, and the road was like this plowed section, you know, and then they didn't have near this amount stacked up. But as long as nobody's jackknifed in the pass or something, I don't see why we shouldn't. I don't see why we shouldn't be able to get down it, but never know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell. Maybe you can tell better with that, but there is a big, big berm. And you don't want to get sucked into that on either side, because that's when you really start messing yourself up, you know. So we're just gonna take her easy. I'm rolling about 30 right now because I'm fixing to drop down. Northbound coming down the pass, all clear. Just throw that out on the radio in case someone's stuck. Yeah, these berms on the side are well over my hood. Oh yeah, we're good. For right now. For right now. Wasn't bad at all. Sometimes these other drivers, you know, they kind of overhype stuff, or it's been a couple hours since they've come through, you know, and a blade's gotten to it. But this is a cakewalk. So let's finish skedaddling down this pass and we'll slide on into Anchorage. Made it. Woo! Still got a bunch of snow dripping off over here. Ah, the smell of fish. Never gets old, you know? You never just smell it and then you're just like, oh, yeah, it's a little fish. You know, you can always just really smell it, you know? Yeah, there ain't much in there at all. Somebody said 20,000 pounds. I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest, exactly how much it is. But thankfully, they loaded it all in the front half of the trailer, which made me have some good drive weight. So I am not complaining at all because yeah, it helped me out. So we're gonna stuff it in that door and leave it. Well, boys and girls, whoa. We're out of here. Let's go grab a little bit of fuel because we're almost out. And let's go park this bird and go get some sleep. I'm ready for that. Got up at like 7 this morning and it's now, what time is it? 3:20. 3:20 a.m. We love it. We love it. All right, so grab a little diesel. Probably just throw like, I don't know, maybe 50 gallons in at most. Reason being is it's more expensive here, but the fuel station I like to fill up at in the Nilchik wasn't open when I came back through, and they were about to close when I went down the first time. I only got there like 5 minutes to spare, so we'll grab it on tomorrow's run. We'll just get like, 40 gallons or something to tide us over, 50 gallons. Be all good. I gotta put some grease on that fifth wheel too when I get back. She was wiped pretty clean. Man, I tell you what. Can't keep these lights working to save my life. Well, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this episode. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to put some grease on that fifth wheel. Check out all the Peterbilts. We got them all lined up. Looks, missing one. We got one more, but we just got to get some stacks on that one, and we need to polish them all out. But anyway, I'm going to go write up some paperwork, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, so as most of you know, Winston has been in the hospital pretty much for the last, for the last 90 days. He was home for a little less than 2 weeks. Other than that, he's been in the hospital. The second time we were in the hospital, when he was having his lung surgery, some good friends of ours set up a GoFundMe, and people were very generous and donated and made it super easy for me to take off of work. And I was off for about 3 weeks. And yeah, and the company has helped out, and they've given me a great schedule so that I could take off and work when I need to. Well, anyway, not since we've been back in the hospital again. I've been, I didn't work yesterday. I've been kind of in and out. And Deanna, which is the owner's wife, she's also a part owner. She said, "Dawson, your YouTube family is super supportive. and they probably want to help. And she said, and I'd like to post the GoFundMe or Venmo link to your YouTube. And I said, well, you can go like post a link in the comments if you want. And she's like, well, I can't figure it out. And I said, well, the only other thing we could do is I could add it to description and let everybody know that, you're encouraging me to do this because, you think Deanna believes that you guys would like to help. And so I'm just throwing that out there. There is a GoFundMe. There is a Venmo link that I'll put in the description in the comments. Please do not feel obligated to donate, but it's there. You guys have kind of been following along. I know you have. I see the comments through this whole deal with Winston, and he's not out of the woods yet. This is actually, I'm filming this like a day past the video that it's in right now, so they're 2 days past, so they're hopefully going to extubate him tomorrow. He's still intubated. But anyway, you guys have been awesome. Deanna said, hey, let's give them an opportunity to, just pitch in if you'd like. If you don't, no hard feelings. She wanted to do it, and she couldn't figure out a way to do it. I said, well, let's do it. So, and she also said, I'll put the text in here. She said if there's any donations of $150 or more, that you guys could get a piece of cat merch, whether it's a sweatshirt or we've got some other half zips or whatever. I don't know how it's going to work. Like I said, don't feel obligated, guys. I appreciate the support just by you guys tuning in and commenting and just praying and stuff. So, but she wanted me to throw it out there. I told her I would because, she was pretty insistent. So there it is.